Today's lesson is about hydration, and at the end of it we should be able to give the number of drinks a person should have a day to stay hydrated. We should be able to explain why some drinks are a healthier choice than others, and be able to explain the reason why it is important to keep hydrated. So before we start, here's a wee dingbat. See if you can work out the phrase or words that these images portray. If you want a chance to get it, if you haven't got all three and you want to, you can pause the video right now. Otherwise I'm going to have to give you the answers. Did you get it? First one's 7 C's, and the middle one, cod, has come out of the word Loch Lomond, so it's a fish out of water. And the last one, of course, is lemonade. In class I would split you up into teams, but you can do it at home with a tumbler and the same stuff. So I've got a wee video for you to see how I'm doing it at home, and I'm only managing to do it with what I have in the house. If you want, you can just do it with one glass, or you can do it with several. You're putting about 250 ml of water into a tumbler or a glass. You can put some ice cubes in there if you want, and then you're slicing up a piece of fruit. You can do slices of oranges. I didn't have oranges, I had satsumas. You could do raspberries, you could do slices of lime, slices of lemon, some squashed mint leaves, or you could do some slices of cucumber, or you could do some raspberries, or you can slice up some strawberries. I have a damp paper towel underneath my chopping board. I have some tumblers with some ice cubes in them, and I'm going to put water into each of the tumblers. I have 2 knives, a chef's knife and a vegetable knife. You use whichever one you're most comfortable with. I'm comfortable with the larger knife because I've got more experience with it. Hold your knife with your thumb and forefinger on the blade. You will have more control that way. When you're cutting, you've got the bridge, where your fingers are on the chopping board and your knife is underneath, like a bridge. Or you have the claw with your thumb in and your fingers curled under. Now we'll see it with the other knife. So we have the claw and we have the bridge. The lesson would normally be a water infusion, and I'm just using what I have in the house at the moment. So I have a lemon, I have a lime, I don't have any oranges, but I do have a satsuma. I have found some raspberries in the fridge which I've pre-washed. I also have a cucumber, and I've found some mint which I've pre-washed. So here's what we'll do. We'll slice up a few of the fruits and put them into the water to give some infusion. Pre-wash them beforehand. Hold your fruit steady on the chopping board with the claw and slice. If the skin is slightly tough, just give a wee nick in first before you do the slicing. So just poke it and then slice. Put a few slices in and then squeeze some of the juice in there. And then you want to leave that aside to infuse, and while we're doing that, we're going to clean up our chopping board. The next one I'll do is lime. And again, I'm going to start with the bridge and then do the claw. Put a couple of slices in and then squeeze a little of the juice in. Next we'll start with the satsuma, a couple of slices, remember claw, and put a few slices in and then squeeze the juice in. When you've done that, just leave that to infuse and then clean your chopping board. The best way to do with the washed mint is actually just to bruise it, give it a squash and a squeeze to try and break up the leaves and put it into your water. Leave that to infuse for a wee while. And again, wash your chopping board. Now with the cucumber, claw again and a couple of slices. Then put those slices into the tumbler with the water and the ice and then allow to infuse for a while. Now for the raspberries, pre-washed of course, put them into the tumbler. Now you could use strawberries if you want. So I put a few in, maybe bruise them and squeeze them up a bit and push them in. You might want to put some mint in if you have any. It's quite nice. You may wish to squash or slice them up. If you're using strawberries, I would recommend that you do slice them. And put that away to infuse for a wee while and wash your chopping board and knife and clear away your work surface. After about half an hour or so, go back to your infusions and taste them and then see which ones you like the best. It was the satsuma and I really loved the cucumber, but you might have a different preference. So first of all, how much is a litre and a half of water? Or even if it's per glass, how much is 250 ml? Why don't you take a measuring jug and pour that into a glass? Or you could set yourself up 6 glasses, maybe even 8. You can measure out a litre and a half and pour that in between the glasses so you know how much of that you should be drinking per day. So 6 times 250 ml of water is 1.5 litres. 2 litres would make you 8 glasses of 250 ml. So remembering back to the Eatwell guide, what does the Eatwell guide tell us about healthy eating? What does the Eatwell guide tell us about drinking? Up in the top right hand corner of the Eatwell guide is a hydration message, and it tells us that we need to be drinking between 6 and 8 drinks every day. So let's find out more about the drinking. There's loads of different drinks out there. What do you like to drink? And have you tried them? So here's some examples. We have a glass of water. We've got orange squash, as in diluting juice. Hot chocolate, that's my son's favourite. Glass of fresh orange juice. Glass of milk. Or a smoothie with berries, milk and yoghurt. Have you tried any of these? Have you got a favourite? So why do we need to have drinks? Well, our body's made up of 2/3 of water. And we need that water to be able to replace anything that we've lost so that we can stay healthy. So where does that water go? Well, not just the obvious place, but it's also lost through our skin when we sweat, and it comes out of our lungs when we breathe. So breathe onto a mirror, you see condensation, that's water, and then obviously water goes out when we go to the toilet. What happens if we don't drink enough water? Well, then we can become dehydrated and we might feel tired, might have a headache, and we'd find it hard to concentrate. So how can we stay hydrated? Remember, the message is between 6 and 8 glasses every day. So 6 and 8 drinks, and it doesn't all have to be water, every day. We need to stay hydrated to keep our bodies working properly. Do we always need to have 6 and 8 drinks? Well, we need to drink more when the weather's warm, and we need to drink more when we're being active because we'll be sweating more there. And what sort of drinks should we have? All drinks count for regarding the Eatwell guide, but we could try to make healthier choices, and those healthier choices would be first and foremost water, then a glass of milk, choosing the low fat option, remember, or a glass of fruit juice, making sure that we keep it to a maximum of 150 ml of fresh juice a day, because that's when more sugars are incurred. If you sometimes have other drinks, try to choose ones that are without the added sugar. So why water? Well, it's easily available, it's in your tap, and it hydrates us without harming our teeth. So it's got no sugars, it's also got no fat in it as well. Why milk? Well, we'll get the added calcium, the mineral calcium that it provides. You all know what calcium does. It provides us with strong bones and strong teeth. Also, milk contains other vitamins and minerals that are essential, and it's a source of water. It will hydrate us. But remember, the message has always been choose the ones with the lower fat. So choose semi-skimmed milk as it contains less fat. What about juice? Why juice? Well, remember, we're keeping it to a maximum of 150 ml of juice because we don't want the added sugars, but that counts towards 1 portion of our 5 a day of fruit and vegetables. It also provides us with additional vitamins and minerals and water. It hydrates us. But remember, always limit that juice or smoothies to a total of 150 ml a day. So how can we make sure that we have enough to drink? We could have a drink with each meal. We can have a drink at break time, during our lessons, after school, a little while before we go to bed. You don't want to too soon to go to bed, otherwise you'd be up through the night. So basically, just get to good habits and making sure you have enough to drink. My mum has 8 pebbles that she keeps beside her sink, and every time she takes a drink, she puts a pebble into a little glass. And that helps her remember how many glasses she's had that day. That's her good habit. What's going to be yours? So at the beginning, got you to make a water infusion, or at least I tried to encourage you to make one. And that was so that you could have your 6 to 8 glasses or drinks a day, and maybe having them with a flavour added to water. If you tried more than one water infusion, which did you like? I personally like the cucumber one, and I really like the satsuma. Anyway, cheers. So the message is stay hydrated. Remember to have between 6 and 8 drinks a day. Have more if the weather's warm, and have more if you're active.